Hi, in this short video, I'm going to walk you through how to use the OpenAI integration for sentiment analysis, classify customer feedback, and more. Let's go ahead and do this. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have the OpenAI integration connected. To do that, you can go here and click on integrations, type OpenAI, and just make sure that integration is connected here. In this case, I already have the integration connected. If not, you can go here, add an integration, and just paste your API key. We link here to where you can grab the API key from OpenAI. So in this case, it's going to be platform.openai.com. You sign in, go to view API keys, and you can copy it there. Once that's done, you can start using the OpenAI integration inside Rows. It basically allows you to use everything that you do with ChatGPT, but directly inside the spreadsheet. Right? So if we go back to our spreadsheets here, what can you do for sentiment analysis, right? So ChatGPT is really a powerful way to do things like tagging, social media comments, rating, feedback from customers, or just doing a quick triage on customer support emails. And essentially the way to do this is through the OpenAI functions inside Rows. If in this case, let's review social media comments and just tag the sentiment as positive, negative, or neutral. So the first thing you want to do is go to actions here. This is where you show all of the ways that you can import data from Rows. So you could have the data could come from a CSV or an XLS file, or it can come from one of these integrations from your databases, marketing, automation, platforms, CRMs, etc. But here you'll also see something called Solve with AI, which are all of the actions that you can use with OpenAI directly inside Rows. So you can use it to clean up data, ask anything to the model, and classify and tag tasks, which is what we will use. Right? So let's say that these are the comments on social media or product reviews that you got for a product and you want to classify them, their sentiment, positive, negative, or neutral. It's quite easy to do. So there's a formula called classify OpenAI, where basically it has a couple of parameters. One of them is the prompt. So what do you want to classify? And then what are the tags? In this case, I just wrote positive, neutral, and negative. And the parameter of should the OpenAI output multiple tags, yes or no, here is false. Right? And so you can easily come here and do this, like I'm doing it here, equals classify, or through the actions panel like I showed you before. And in this case, you can see the UI, it's exactly the same logic. This is a prompt, these are the tags. I set multi-tag to false. And then there's a few additional parameters to tweak the model. So you can pick specific models from OpenAI. We use ChatGPT 3.5 as a default, but you could add your other models from ChatGPT or from the GPT models inside OpenAI. You can specify the max number of tokens and also the temperature, which is just how creative are the responses. Right? So in this case, I'm going to do save all changes. It will execute in real time and tag. And now inside the spreadsheet, I can just drag it down to the other comments. And you see it classified this is positive as well. And then the comment, the mic didn't work very well. The sentiment is negative. Right? And essentially, you can apply this logic of easily classifying text in a lot of different ways for sentiment analysis. Another example here is if you want to give it a rating, a numerical rating for, again, for example, feedback form that you got. In this case, we have examples for a food delivery company. The delivery is fast and the food was great. The customer service was excellent. And here the prompt is slightly different. So we're using another formula called apply task OpenAI, which is a more generic text transformation. Right? So in this case, we're saying rate from 1 to 5. 1 is the lowest, 5 is the highest, and this is the text that we want to tag. And you see it rated this as 5. Now we will drag this down and we'll see. So the service is unreliable, it rated as 1. The prices are a bit too high, was 3 for my budget. Customer service was really helpful, was a 5. So it's another way of getting sentiment analysis data directly within Rows. And just a final example here would be for customer support emails. This is quite common on the triage phase. So let's say that you want to tag the sentiment of an email in urgent or not urgent, because this will affect the triage later on for customer support teams. It's exactly the same logic. I have here a few examples of emails, and then here we're using the classify OpenAI again. So use AI to classify or tag text. The prompt is the content, and then the tags are just urgent and not urgent. Again, I'll save the changes. This will execute, and then I can drag this down as well. Right? Not urgent and not urgent. Right? And so this is quite simple to do. So to get started, you can just create a new table. Again, you can import the CSV or integrate with one of our integrations to import the data directly and then start using OpenAI directly here. So if you go OpenAI, classify OpenAI, you can start using these functions to classify text, or just come here, actions, and then classify, and you'll start seeing already use AI to classify or tag text. Finally, we also have a few dedicated written guides about how to use OpenAI inside Rose. So if you go to rose.com/docs and into our OpenAI tab here, you can see multiple guides on how to use it for a lot of things, including for OpenAI for sentiment analysis, which is what we just been through. And this is essentially it. So thank you and good luck.